Good afternoon or good morning, students, staff and parents, and welcome to our unique Skype virtual assembly today. My name is Anna from Corawinga House, and it's a privilege to have the opportunity to connect with you today. Before we start, I'd like to encourage everyone to take a big breath together.
Hi, I'm Jack from Kandari House, and thank you for logging in.
Hi, I'm Callie from Kandari House. Before we start our assembly, I would like to ask Trinity to perform an acknowledgement to country.
I would like to acknowledge that this assembly is being held on the traditional land of the Batchelor people and pay my respect for elders past, present and emerging. Thank you.
Thank you, Calais, and well done, Trinity. If you are able, please be upstanding for the national anthem. A reminder that at the conclusion of the singing of the national anthem, please do not sit until you're invited to. Please be seated. Please welcome our principal, Mr. Hillhouse.
Thank you, Anna, and welcome back, boys and girls. Our final assembly for Term 2 2020, and what a term it has been. One of the most unusual terms in my entire career, and I have a big thanks to all of our students, all of our teachers, our teacher aides, our office staff, our cleaners, our ground staff, and your mums and dads for helping make Term 2 such a successful term. It's required a team effort from the Sandy Strait community to get through Term 2 with our parents as teachers, your classroom teachers teaching you, and boys and girls, you doing your part to strive for success. And I want to thank you to the boys and girls who are here today and have been here for the last 5 weeks, making sure that every single day counts. Our teachers have been using the last 5 weeks to cram as much learning and rich experiences in as possible before we head off on our June-July holidays. Traditionally, we would send home a report card as of today. However, this year, we're going to be sending our report cards home in the week after the school holidays because many of your teachers have only just finished finalising assessments. So to the mums and dads out there, we'll be sending home your child's report card via email. All things going well at the end of the very first week back in Term 3. And speaking of Term 3, we are looking forward to continuing on with our new normal in Term 3. We are still required to follow social distancing guidelines, so our mums and dads will still be required, boys and girls, to say goodbye to you at the front gate and meet you at that front gate again of an afternoon. And the one thing we do look forward to next term is maybe having a go at an assembly, and we look forward to sharing more information about having a face-to-face assembly for the first time in a long time in term 3. We have a 10-week term, lots and lots of learning to do over those 10 weeks. And we're asking you to have a nice and safe, restful 2 weeks holiday. I know a few of you are going camping and going on trips in various places around Queensland. Please stay safe. If you're out riding your bike, wear a helmet. On a scooter, wear a helmet. If you're driving in the car, make sure you've got your seatbelt on, because we need you back here safe and well, ready for learning in term 3. So on behalf of myself, I wish you a great holidays, and I thank you all again, the entire Sandy Strait community, for a wonderful, if not unusual, term 2, and we're looking forward to a bit more normality in term 3 as we continue to strive for success and make every single day count. Thank you.
Mr. Hillhouse, please welcome Mr. Jackson.
Thank you, Anna, and thank you and welcome to Calais and Jack. Just like to reiterate those lovely words that Mr. Hillhouse has said about thanking everyone for all their efforts through term 2. The longest term in history, I think it might be. Girls and boys, in talking about saying thank you, we'd love to take the opportunity to thank all our Strive for 5 students, our level 4 and 5 kids, who've impressed their teachers this term, and a big thank you to the teachers who are actually organising the Strive for 5 Rewards Day tomorrow. And if you actually are a level 4 or 5 student this term, then you must have really impressed your teacher, because it's a really difficult term. And so thank you for all those gritty year 4 Strive for 5, 4 and 5 students, and enjoy your reward tomorrow. Now, this term, not only did we have to learn from home, but as one unique thing, another unique thing that came upon, and a bit like the new normal now, is we've had the opportunity to be entertained by Jack's news stories, Sandy Strait News, and thanks, Jack. And we've all been entertained by his handiwork. Well, Jack has joined forces with all the other student leaders and have just launched a new Sandy Strait News update, and it's called the Holiday Edition. And the Holiday Edition is packed full of all these tips that students can do during the school holidays, so they can have a productive holiday rather than getting under mum and dad's feet. Girls and boys, 6,630. That's a big number. And what's so special about that number is that's the number of laps all our students have been able to complete during the period of time that Mrs. Oxley has coordinated the lapathon before school in the mornings. And unfortunately for Talara, most of those laps have been completed by people from Karawinga and Kundari. And so 6,630 laps, that's a lot of people getting fit. So well done to you, and a big thank you to Mrs. Oxley. And of course, what we've done is we've collected all those results. We've thrown them in the mix with all the students who are getting You Can Do It certificates, along with the students who are being caught, being kind, along with all those other things that have happened this term, and we've put it in the magic formula. And of course, knowing that Kundari and Karawinga are the houses that are doing most of the laps, you would anticipate that they are catching Talara very, very quickly, and that's what's happening. Talara is still out in front with 1,030. They hit the over the 1,000 mark, but Karawinga and Kundari, as you can see here, because these students from Kundari and Karawinga are really closing the gap. Now,
Mr. Jackson, please welcome Mr. Hanson.
Thank you, Anna, and thank you, student leaders. Thank you, Mr. Jackson, for that update. I was so excited today to wear my Kundari shirt and show my support, and it's nice to hear that Kundari is quickly gaining ground on the dreaded Talara. So, a few messages from me. First message, pre-prep. We know that next semester we enter the second half of the year, so we're getting really excited about welcoming the students who are going to be potentially with us in 2021. We've got a number of pre-prep sessions planned, sessions around oral language, mathematics, social skills, and even just a come and try day. So we're looking forward to sharing those with you next term. Our KindyLink, which has restarted a couple of weeks ago, is back on again next term on a Wednesday and a Friday morning for those 3-year-olds who are involved or who like to be involved. And our playgroup as well restarts next term in week 2 on a Monday morning. Second message from me, a big thank you to Mrs. Mitchell, who is kicking off a recycling program here at Sandy Strait. And so that is for plastic recycling, and it's going to be with year levels Prep 1 and 2 initially. And if all things are going to plan, we'll be rolling that out through the whole school. So a big thanks to Mrs. Mitchell, and teachers and students have received some information about that in the last week or so. Next message from me is just a thank you. As Mr. Hillhouse and Mr. Jackson have already mentioned, just to reiterate that, thank you everyone. Thank you everyone involved, parents, community, students and staff, for what's been a really interesting term, a challenging term, and in a lot of ways a really successful and productive term here at Sandy Strait. So again, thank you for your support this term. And final message from me, as mentioned, we have holidays coming up shortly, and the holiday messages, as Mr. Jackson said, with some ideas, have been put together by our student leaders. Please have a look at those ideas that have been put together through Dojo. And also on this slide here is a few other activities that you could try and tick off on your holiday. I hope you all have a nice, safe holiday and enjoy it. And we look forward to welcoming you back for Term 3 shortly. See you soon.
Please welcome Mrs. Staunton.
Hello, Sandy Strait. If you're like me, you'll be looking forward to the holidays very shortly, and you might have a plan to watch a movie or read a book or go to the cinemas. Today I'd like to recommend a movie for you to watch. It's called Wonder. It's about a boy who has facial deformities. That means his face looks different to everybody else. Now the movie, or the book, will follow his story when he starts school for the first time in Year 5. And it'll tell us about how some of the kids there were mean to him. They called him names. And the story will also go on to tell us how that makes him feel. The reason for this recommendation is that when we tease people, it can affect how they feel about themselves. It can make them feel sad, it can make them feel embarrassed, it can make them feel lonely, it can make them feel hurt, and it can make them feel worried. Sometimes kids will be teased about their hair, about the colour, about it being too curly. Some kids might be teased about their height, being too tall or too short. What I'm hoping that you'll do is continue to make Sandy Strait a first-class school by making everyone feel like this. Okay, now moving on to attendance. Well done to Year 1. You've nailed it. You've met the whole school target of 94%. Well done. Prep in Year 3, you're very close to meeting your target, so good job there. Okay everyone, that's all the messages from me today. Make sure you have a great holidays and we'll see you next term.
Staunton.
Now it is time for us to acknowledge our students who have received certificates on our focus resilience. Being resilient is a critical component for success. It means that we keep going when times get tough.
One time I used this key to success was when I didn't fully achieve something in class, so I kept trying.
One time I used this key to success was when I started learning to edit videos. It was hard, but I was persistent and learned a lot about it. As one of our new processes, we will say the names of the children receiving the award in Prep 3 classes, then Year 4 to 6 classes. Please feel free to forward/rewind to the correct spot. Teachers will present the child with their certificate and send a photo via Dojo home. Thank you.
Thanks again, student leaders. And as Jack mentioned, we're rewarding students for resilience. And Jack mentioned in his speech that he had to show resilience learning how to edit, and that Jack will be editing this video. And Jack, it'd be good if you were able to edit and put a decent shirt on Mr. Hanson. Okay, so let's moving on. Our prep students, our resilient students from prep, we have Bonnie staying focused on tasks, and Bonnie's in Prep L. We have also in Prep L, Sienna, for not giving up when it's challenging. In Prep G, Mitchell, trying his hardest in difficult tasks. In Prep S, Zara, showing more resilience, settling in each morning. So well done to you, Zara. Also in Prep S, we have Ebony, becoming more resilient inside and outside of the classroom. In Prep T, Alice, showing resilience and finding things that help her feel calm. Lovely. Archie in Prep T, for bouncing back when things go wrong and having a positive attitude. Well done to you, Archie. Moving on to our Year 1 students. From 1M, Albert, for not letting small problems bother him. William, from 1R, resilience, always responding positively to teacher feedback. That's a good way to learn, William, responding to feedback. In 1A, Mia, for working hard even when the work gets tough. Our resilient student from 1A is Cohen, always taking on tasks with a smile, even when they are really tricky. From 1S, Sophie, for displaying a I-can-do attitude when arriving to school. From 1-2D, Archer, adapting to changes this term. We've all had to do that, Archer, so well done to you too. In 2R, moving on to our Year 2 students, Cash, for coming to school with a positive attitude. In Year 2, L, Dominic, for always trying to bounce back when things get tough. From 2Q, Archer, for knowing what to do when stuff gets tough. In 2G, Brody Bond, well done to you, Brody, for working through English and completing a narrative. Keep up the effort. So there's all our resilient prep to Year 2 students.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson. I now have our resilient students from Years 3, from 2-3W, for adapting to changing learning environment with a positive attitude. Well done to Bo. From 3P, for constantly giving her all and going over her work, wanting to improve it. What a star. Congratulations to Electra. Also from 3P, for focus and concentration completing tasks. Well done to Cadence. From 3T, for settling in well at his new school and having a positive attitude towards learning. Welcome and congratulations to Tyler. From 3S, for stepping up with a smile when facing a difficult situation. Congratulations to Seth. From 3S as well, for having a resilient attitude when completing assessment tasks. Well done to Kershaw. Moving on now to Year 4. For always trying her best and bouncing back when the work is challenging. Well done to Talitha. From 4G, for showing resilience when things get tough. Well done to Caitlin. Also from 4G, for always showing resilience in class and doing his best work. Congratulations to Toby. From 4H, for always trying to improve and never giving up throughout his term. Well done to Caleb. From 4H, for working to the best of his ability at home and at school. Well done to Ryan. From 4P, for always being calm, polite and respectful of others. Congratulations to Lucas. And finally from 4P, for always being a happy, helpful and respectful friend. Congratulations to Hannah for being emotionally resilient.
Alright, boys and girls, our resilient students in Year 5 and 6. In Year 5, well done to Ruby for bouncing back after being unwell and working diligently to catch up on missed work. Well done, Ruby. From 5D, Jake, for showing determination to do the best job possible, even if the task seems to be overwhelming. From 5S, Abigail, demonstrating resilience to complete her project on China. In 5K, Addison, demonstrating maturity and resilience at the start of each school day. Keep up the good work. Moving on to Year 6. To Sienna in 6C, continuing to display outstanding effort in all areas through challenging times. From 6W, Alkira, trying her best at all times inside and outside the classroom. From 6L, Tabitha, for showing great resilience during assessment. Well done, Tabitha. And finally, from 6G, for displaying positive attitudes at all times despite the challenges that her leadership role throws up or the challenges that her teacher sets her. Well done to Calais, who'll be receiving this certificate in the future tomorrow. That's the certificates for this fortnight for myself, and I'll now pass you back to our student leaders. Thank you.
The weekend coming up and keep her working hard in class every day. Remember to make every day count and strive for success. Please listen to your teachers, and thank you for viewing this presentation.